Hi. Now in this video lecture we will go through electrode potential and EMF. We know EMF stands for electromotive force, and we are already familiar with these words from physics, right? So if it would be good if you know the concept of EMF and potential difference. So we would be studying electrode potential and EMF with reference to the cell, the electrochemical cell that we have already studied in our previous lecture. We have studied in detail how this electrochemical cell or this galvanic cell works, right? So electrode potential simply means these are the two electrodes that are in the two half cells. So electrode potential, that is potential difference due to these electrodes, right, or potential difference of these electrodes in this cell is your electrode potential, right? Electrode potential is potential difference due to these electrodes due to the electrodes in half cells, right? So now let's see how these electrodes produce this potential difference, how these electrodes in the half cells creates potential difference, right, which is your electrode potential. Now the important question that we have here is how electrodes creates potential difference, right? Now let's find answer to this. This electrode, right, is zinc electrode is in contact with zinc sulfate. We say that zinc sulfate is in contact with its own ions. Zinc electrode is in contact with its own ions, that is zinc ions, right? Similarly, copper electrode is in contact with copper sulfate or copper ions. We say copper rod is in contact with copper ions, right? So this is, if we just compare these two, the case would be what happens when metal rod is in contact with its own ions, right? So when metal rods is in contact with its own ions, example like zinc was in contact with zinc ions and copper was in contact with copper 2+ ions, right? And to this, when oxidized and reduced form of the same element is present together, this is known as redox couple, right? We call these as redox couple. Redox couple is when oxidized and reduced form of the same element is together. Here, this is your redox couple. Now let's see how electrodes creates potential difference. Let's just draw it separately here, right? Now let me just draw only, I'm just showing only the electrode, right? This is the zinc rod, right? And here this is, we know that from our previous lecture, oxidation half cell, since oxidation is occurring here, right? And this is your reduction half cell, since reduction is occurring here. So this zinc rod will lose 2 electrons and form zinc ions, right? And these zinc ions will come into this solution, right? And we have already discussed in the previous lecture that the concentration of zinc ions will slowly increase, right? Similarly, the copper ions which are in this solution, when they will collide with this copper electrode, right, they will gain electrons from this copper electrode, when they will gain electrons, it will form copper metal, which will get deposit on this electrode. So this is reduction, this is oxidation. So this will come into solution, right? And this will go to rod, right? So these ions, when they will take electrons from this rod, this reaction will make rod positive because of deficiency of electrons. Because these ions will keep taking electrons, due to deficiency of electrons, this rod will become positive. And what about solution? Since copper ions are getting reduced when they are taking electrons from rod, they are reducing to copper metal. So copper ions are also reducing in solution, right? But we have copper ions and sulfate ions, right? So copper ions are decreasing and sulfate ions will remain same, and we know that sulfate ions are negative ions. The rod will become negative, right? And from this solution copper ions will reduce, that is positive ions will get reduced, but we have sulfate ions there as it is. So solution slowly will become negative. There would be a polarity that will be developed, right? A negative solution will develop a negative charge, right? So solution will develop negative charge due to sulfate ions. So from here positive and from here negative, right? Similarly, this rod will become negative due to these electrons which will get deposit on this rod. And the solution, due to the zinc ions, when the zinc ions will enter this solution will become positive, right? So let's now draw the diagrams of what we have understood. These the electrons will deposit on rod, making it negative, right? So this is negative, right? And these ions are coming into solution, so this is positive, right? It's making the solution positive, right? So similarly, if we talk about the reduction half cell, this is the copper electrode. We already discussed that copper rod will become positive because copper ions are taking electrons, and due to deficiency of electrons copper rod will become positive, right? And due to excess of sulfate ions, and copper ions will get reduced, right? And sulfate ions will remain as it is, so there would be more sulfate ions which are negative anions. We have negative charge in this solution and we have this positive charge in this solution. So charges are developed in both these solutions, right? So these are this is in reduction half cell, this is in oxidation half cell, right? And these are layers, right? This is layer of negative charge, this is layer of positive charge. Similarly, positive layer, negative layer. So these are known as, we call these as electrical double layer. We call these as electrical double layer. So what is the cause of this electrical double layer? How these electrical double layers are formed? These are formed as a result of these oxidation and reduction reactions. When oxidation occurred, it created the positive ions. So this layer is due to positive ions. Electrons got deposited on this rod. So this layer is due to the negative ion, right? Because these electrons got deposited on the rod creating a negative ion. So now we have, in this case, we have separation of negative and positive charge. So whenever we have separation of charges, we have potential difference, right? We have potential difference that exists due to these separation of charges, and this layer is due to the oxidation reaction that is happening. So this potential, the potential was due to this rod, because this rod undergone this oxidation reaction, and due to this oxidation reaction this double layer has formed, and double layer, it's due to this double layer we have potential difference, right, in this half cell. So this potential difference is known as oxidation potential. This is known as oxidation potential due to zinc rod getting oxidized and forming and let's just write it as getting oxidized and giving positive charge to solution due to zinc ions, right? So this is your oxidation potential. So when the tendency of the metal is to oxidize, right, the potential difference that is developed is known as oxidation potential. Similarly, this is in the reduction half cell. If we see, the reaction is reduction reaction, where copper ions are getting reduced to copper metal, and due to this reduction reaction, this electrical double layer has formed, and due to this electrical double layer separation of charges we have potential difference, right, which is your reduction potential, right? This we call it as reduction potential, right? And why it occurred? Due to copper rod, due to copper ions getting reduced, right? Because we know that reduction potential of copper is high and oxidation potential of zinc is more, right? Reduction potential due to copper is due to reduction potential due to copper ions getting reduced, right, and forming negative charge on solution due to sulfate ions and positive charge on rod, right? This is on rod, this is on solution. So we have potential difference which is known as this reduction potential, right? So electrode potential, now if we sum up these two, electrode potential is due to tendency of the metal to get oxidized or reduced, right? So tendency of the electrode to get oxidized or reduced is termed as electrode potential, right? So now we will write it over here. So now this is clear how electrodes create potential difference, right, due to the oxidation and reduction reaction when metal rod is in contact with its ions, right? These are redox couples. So tendency of metal rods or metal electrodes to get oxidized or reduced, or tendency of the metal to gain or lose electrons is termed as electrode potential, right? Now this is clear what is electrode potential now, oxidation and reduction potential, right? Now there is one more thing that we need to understand. What are the factors on which electrode potential depends? So if we just look into this more, suppose we have this cell, right, and this is the zinc rod, right, in this it has negative charge on it, right? So when zinc atoms are getting oxidized and entering into solution as zinc ions, initially we have less number of ions, right? We have less number of ions. So when we have less number of ions, this zinc rod is increasingly getting oxidized and entering into solution as zinc ions, right? So this reaction was in progress when there are less number of ions, that is oxidation is in progress when there are less number of ions. Now when the number of zinc ions has increased, when the concentration of ions have increased, what will happen? Some of these zinc ions will get attracted by the electrons which are on the rod. So what is happening? Reduction, right? Some of these ions will get attracted by these electrons and will form zinc. This is your reduction, right? So when the concentration of ions will increase, you will see that reduction will start occurring, that is the reduction potential will increase when concentration of ions will increase, right? So we say, first point, we say that electrode potential, the reduction potential is directly proportional to concentration of ions, right? And when there were less number of ions, oxidation potential was in progress, so oxidation potential was increasing. So we say oxidation potential was inversely proportional to concentration of ions, right? So electrode potential depend on, first is this concentration of ions. It depends on the concentration of ions, and it's due to, and these two are the factors. Reduction potential depend on concentration, directly proportional to concentration of ions, and oxidation potential is inversely proportional to concentration of ions, right? And the second factor is nature of electrodes. Here the nature of electrode is, some electrodes, some metals, these electrodes are always of metal or are always metal rods. So some metals like some metals like sodium has higher tendency to lose electrons compared to other metals like zinc, right? So more is the tendency to lose electrons, that is more is oxidation potential, right? When oxidation potential is high, then the concentration of ions will increase, right? So it will affect the electrode potential, right? And if we look at these nature of these two electrodes, the nature of this electrode is to lose electrons, right? So this is oxidation potential. Nature of this electrode is to gain electrons, so this is reduction potential. So it depends on the nature of electrodes and the concentration of ions. The third is electrode potential also depends on the temperature. How it depends? Temperature may cause increase or decrease in ions, right? So it affects the electrode potential. If concentration of ions will increase too much, then reduction will start occurring, thereby increasing the reduction potential, right? So this is oxidation potential, reduction potential, and factors on which it depends is also now clear to us. Now if we calculate the electrode potential at standard conditions, by standard conditions I mean the temperature is 25 degrees Celsius and the solution that we have taken is 1 molar, right? So when this electrode potential is